Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to be sharing my class setup for the QQ9 as well as some recommendations for how to play with this weapon and how to use it, when not to use it, etc. So without further ado, let's get right to it. Now first off, we have what is currently my preferred class for rushing and playing objective, and this entire class setup is geared towards maximizing close quarters speed and reactability, and I'll explain why in just a bit. First attachment we have on the list is the MIP Tactical Barrel. This attachment basically improves your ADS speed and movement speed, and like I said earlier, this entire class setup is basically geared towards improving reactability and aggressiveness, so I avoided as much as possible attachments that decrease your ADS speed. Now the second attachment on our list is the OWS Tactical Laser. Now this attachment, what it basically does is improve your ADS speed as well as your bullet spread, your ADS bullet spread. Now if you don't know what ADS bullet spread is or what it means, there's a YouTuber named Path. He has a video explaining and detailing everything that you need to know about it. I'm going to leave a link to his channel in the description. Oh my god, what am I saying? In the description, so do well to. Now another thing I've come to realize is that a lot of players tend to shy away from lasers because they believe it will like reveal your location when you're like peeking out or coming out of areas where an enemy might be camping. But a lot of people don't know this, but actually this particular laser is the only laser that doesn't turn on always. It only turned on when you ADS. So if you're not ADS, it's actually off, but once you go ADS, it turns on. Then when you go out of ADS, it turns off again. So it's worth knowing, and you can actually use that in some ways to surprise your enemies who may be camping behind walls or corners. They might be expecting to see a laser or something, and you can slide jump and come out and take them by surprise. The next attachment on our list is the Merc foregrip. Now basically what this does is improves your vertical recoil and your hip fire accuracy. Now prior to using this particular grip, I was actually using the strike grip instead, but I just decided to try out a few other grips, and I realized quite quickly that this particular grip has the best recoil control, especially when you're aiming down longer ranges. Now I know SMGs and the QQ9 especially is not really great at aiming longer ranges, but in situations where you have to do that, this is the best attachment, or at least the second best attachment that you can use in such situations. The other attachment, the Ranger grip, is best suited for assault rifles. It's not really that good on SMGs. It fire accuracy by a very, very noticeable amount. Like when I changed from using the strike grip to using this particular grip, I noticed instantly that my hip fire was much tighter and much accurate than what I had become used to when I used the strike grip. So for those close quarters engagements where you might not want to ADS, maybe your opponent is right in your face and you might not really want to ADS in such a situation, then this attachment will really come in handy. Now the fourth attachment on our list is a stipple grip tape. Now this attachment is an attachment I would recommend on pretty much any weapon that you're going to set up in Call of Duty Mobile. Reason being, it improves your ADS speed as well as your sprint to fire speed, which is basically what the Agile perk used to do, or what it still does, although it has been nerfed some time ago. Here, this is one of the most important attachments that you need to have, because it's going to make sure that you're able to react fast enough and react first before your enemy is able to react, especially when you're playing against enemies who might be using assault rifles. With this kind of class setup, you're going to be taking them out before they can even aim at you. Now the last attachment I'm going to be using on this class setup is a 45 round magazine. Now the reason why I chose this particular one and not the 10mm, I'm going to get back to that particular point later, but there's actually a really good reason why I don't recommend you use the 10mm rounds, because I don't know if it's a bug or something, but I noticed that it doesn't really do much for your shots to kill. The base damage is exactly the same. I tested it out in training grounds and I realized that the base damage is exactly the same, although it does increase your damage range, meaning that the further your target is, the more damage you'll do as compared to when you're using another magazine. However, I also noticed that it takes the exact same number of shots to kill at almost all ranges. So it really doesn't make much sense to use, but I'm still gonna have to test it a little bit just to be sure, and I'll make a video on it probably by this weekend. So yeah, that's about this particular class setup. Now we're gonna switch to another class setup which is geared more towards stealth, and this is actually my favorite class setup currently. I'll mention the perks that I would recommend you use with this class. Currently, what I'm currently running with this class setup is Agile, Toughness, and of course Dead Silence. Agile because, well, this is an aggressive class and I want to, as much as possible, reduce my reaction time between when I see an enemy when I aim down and when my character has aimed and I'm able to take shots at my enemy. So that's why I chose the Agile perk. I know a lot of people might want to use Lightweight or something else, but for me personally, on this particular setup, I would recommend you use Agile and Toughness because, well, this is a QQ9 and it can shake quite a lot. And since we're not using the strike stock, which reduces flinch, I decided to throw in the Toughness just to make sure that when I'm taking fire at someone I'm shooting at, I don't shake too much and I'm able to return fire equally. And Dead Silence because, well, why not, you know? And now for the second class build or setup, whatever you choose to call it. Now this particular class is pretty much the same as the last one with just one minor difference, or two actually. But the most important change to this particular class is the barrel. In this class, we're going to be using the monolithic integral suppressor. Now the reason for this is because this class setup is more geared towards stealth. Now if you're kind of player that just doesn't want to attract too much attention, or you want to be able to stay off enemy map as much as possible, this is a kind of class setup you would want to use because you're able to move fast, you're able to react well, and most importantly, you're able to stay off the map when you're engaging enemies. Now, in the gameplay that's going to be following, you're going to see how this helps quite a lot, whereby I'm right in front of, or rather around enemies, I'm taking down their teammates, but they don't know I'm there until it's too late. So it's a really nice class setup for stealth play, and it's also good if you're the kind of guy who likes to, maybe you're playing hardpoint and you want to rotate without being seen. You can add the ghost perk, which is actually the perk I'm going to be using on this class setup as against using the toughness. Now this setup, as I said earlier, is geared towards complete and absolute stealth. You're going to be in the front lines and engaging enemies often, but you're just not going to be seen on the map. A lot of players use the map to keep track of enemies, and with a class setup like this, it's going to be difficult for them to track you down except they see you physically, which if you're playing well enough, by the time they see you, they'll probably be dead, so it doesn't really matter that much. So yeah, these are my favorite QQ9 class setups at this time. Now, I don't know if the meta is going to change in the coming weeks. I don't know if certain attachments are going to change or certain new attachments are going to be added. But currently, these are my favorite two class setups for QQ9. So I'm going to be leaving some gameplay for you to watch. I used the second class setup in the gameplay, and I hope you enjoy it. Leave a like if you're new to the channel. You can subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can get notified when I upload new content, because there will be a lot more of these class setup videos coming up in the coming weeks. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.
Yeah. Hey. It's the siege. Once again, here we go. Know the name, know the flow. Turn me up a little more. I'm setting traps, I'm alone. You know you whack, I'm a maniac. Boy, you know I'm black to the bone. Pick a place, nigga, pick a date. I go Goku, pick a load. Thought you was good, huh? Take you out back, Drake through the woods, huh? Thought I was weak, huh? You ain't see the work I put in all week, huh? Give me that, where the city at? Nitty gritty, this ain't gonna be pretty, Jack. Not afraid, get up out the way. Y'all used to hate, look at what you made. When it all goes down, I'ma run this town. Fire in my soul, got my eyes on the ground. I can't help myself lately, can't turn myself down. I'm in love with you, baby, but I let you down. I can't die in this town, I won't die in this town. Yeah. Hey, don't die in this town. Yeah, get 'em up. I won't die in this town. Hold up, homie, wait a minute. Lately, y'all don't even pay no visits. I can still hear the hater critics saying he ain't gonna make it, is he? Lately, I developed laser vision. Yeah, I burn through people in their cruel intentions. Crazy, you tryna play me? Boy, you wouldn't even make the scrimmage. Get your ass up and pass up your limits. Got these new rappers looking vintage. All I really do is eat spinach, count money up and hang with pretty women. I was driven, yeah, I had the vision. Then Goon came along and made it vivid. Haters living cause we really living. I'm a freight train, you a Honda Civic. Hold up, wait, let me get specific. If you pick a mission and you stay committed, stop transmitting, and you really listen, you'll see that big collision, just a big transition. When it all goes down, I'm gonna run this town. Fire in my soul, got my eyes on the ground. I can't help myself lately, can't turn myself down. I'm in love with you, baby, but I let you down. I can't die in this town, I won't die in this town. Hey, hey, get 'em up. I won't die in this town. Yeah. Hey, it's the siege. Woo. Once again, here we go. Know the name, know the flow. Turn me up a little more. I'm setting traps, I'm alone. You know you whack, I'm a maniac. Boy, you know I'm black to the bone. Pick a place, nigga, pick a date. I go Goku, pick a load. Thought you was good, huh? Take you out back, Drake through the woods, huh? Thought I was weak, huh? You ain't see the work I put in all week, huh? Give me that, where the city at? Nitty gritty, this ain't gonna be pretty, Jack. Not afraid, get up out the way. Y'all used to hate, look at what you made. When it all goes down, I'ma run this town. Fire in my soul, got my eyes on the ground. I can't help myself lately, can't turn myself down. I'm in love with you, baby, but I let you down. I can't die in this town, I won't die in this town. Yeah. Hey, don't die in this town. Yeah, get 'em up. I won't die in this town. Hold up, homie, wait a minute. Lately, y'all don't even pay no visits. I can still hear the hater critics saying he ain't gonna make it, is he? Lately, I developed laser vision. Yeah, I burn through people in their cruel intentions. Crazy, you tryna play me? Boy, you wouldn't even make the scrimmage. Get your ass up and pass up your limits. Got these new rappers looking vintage. All I really do is eat spinach, count money up and hang with pretty women. I was driven, yeah, I had the vision. Then Goon came along and made it vivid. Haters living cause we really living. I'm a freight train, you a Honda Civic. Hold up, wait, let me get specific. If you pick a mission and you stay committed, stop transmitting, and you really listen, you'll see that big collision, just a big transition. When it all goes down, I'm gonna run this town. Fire in my soul, got my eyes on the ground. I can't help myself lately, can't turn myself down. I'm in love with you, baby, but I let you down. I can't die in this town, I won't die in this town.